in this episode a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a whole bunch of shit. Stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Elton. So, today has been a very interesting day. After having spent a lovely week with my youngest son, just after I dropped him off, I had my first breakdown in Star. I will create a separate video about my time with my son during half term, so look out for that to come soon enough. But I thought while I'm pumped, angered, pissed off at the events today, I would record this episode now. So Star had a blowout on the rear left tire, which is the driver's side of my vehicle, because it's the left-hand drive model. Fair enough, no problem with that. You know, these things are expected. What I wasn't expecting though was when I phoned RAC, who I have cover with here in the UK, which the cover was sorted through my insurance company. I didn't contact RAC directly. I paid my insurance for the full year in one payment, so thinking I was all good and insured up as I needed to be, I hit the road. So when I phoned RAC today, I was a little bit shocked, to be honest. Apparently they had been supplied with the wrong registration number. It was only one digit out, and although I was able to confirm the address that it was registered at, my name, the vehicle type, color, everything, RAC refused to come out to me. Because I had broken down in a rather precarious spot about 10 meters from a roundabout on a rather busy bypass, I then proceeded to call the police just to let them know, so they could send out a car just to set up some signage so that no one rear-ended the van. When they arrived, I explained the situation, that I was trying to get hold of the insurance company to see if they could amend my insurance policy with the right registration number, and I then, perhaps stupidly, asked the officer if he could check that the vehicle was actually registered itself, not registered, insured, which he then did, and nope, Star was not insured. So despite me getting this quote through a online comparison site where I entered the vehicle registration and then selected the vehicle from the information that was returned to me, somewhere along the line the insurance company have replaced a digit in that registration number, which basically means I have been driving in uninsured for the past 4 months, unbeknownst to me. Because this occurred at just after 1 o'clock this afternoon, when I tried to phone the insurance company, which will remain anonymous at this point, depending on how they deal with things on Monday, I may choose to make them known for other vanlifers and motorhomers not to make the same mistake I have. But for now, they will stay anonymous. Anyway, because the incident happened after 1 p.m, the insurance company were closed. There was no one to speak to, therefore no one who could amend the policy and notify RAC that of their error. So essentially, because Star isn't insured, or wasn't insured at the time, the officer said to me that they would have to seize the vehicle. I explained that currently Star is my home. If they seized that, they were literally seizing my house and accommodation, which very kindly he responded with that, saying that if I phoned and got insurance cover immediately, that, you know, having shown him the evidence of my policy with the other insurance company where they had made this error. So I think the officer was happy that there was an error which was not within my control, and therefore stood patiently aside while I phoned around to get another quote. I then subsequently had to take said insurance, once again taking RAC breakdown cover within that insurance, paid for all that, blah blah blah, and I then showed the officer my confirmation email and then logged into the new insurer's portal to show them the policy documents, and they were happy. So they didn't see Star, obviously. As you can see, I'm sitting in her now having this little rant. So eventually, after having taken out a new policy for Star, I was able to insure it, because normally in the UK you can't insure the same car twice. But because of the the mess up that the other insurer had made, she wasn't actually insured, so I was able to get insurance for her, which I've now had to pay for again. But I will sort that out with the other insurance company on Monday when they are actually in the office, and I will be tearing them a new one, I think is the term that kids use these days. And yeah, it's not going to be a pretty phone call, and I might decide to record it for prosperity. Whether I publish it or not, that's another thing. But yeah, it's not on. It caused a lot of stress for me, stress that I really shouldn't have been involved in. The officer said to me that he doesn't understand it, because they, as the insurance company, should have done checks to ensure that the vehicle. He also stated to me, what are the odds that there's another Hymer vehicle with the same registration number, barring one digit? Very unlikely that it's the same make and model, with just one digit difference in the registration number. So anyway, that phone call will take place on Monday, and I will obviously have a chat with that insurance company, and I do hope they do the right thing and refund me, if not all the policy that I paid for, at least pro rata for the remaining length of it. So anyway, about 4 hours later, after having purchased the new insurance, I phoned RSE. They then eventually, after about 4 passing, handing me over to a different team, confirmed that they would send somebody out. So about 4 hours later, after this initial saga all occurred, chap turned up, replaced the wheel, and we were on our way. I then drove down I was going to drive down to Slough from where I was, which is going to be about a 2.5 hour drive. After this scenario today, I decided against that. So I just booked into a campsite for the night, halfway between where I was and where I'm heading next. And true as Bob, I parked as I pulled into the site. Within 10 meters of leaving the dirt gravel road, van is stuck. Nobody bothered to tell me that I should avoid the grass. From the van, it didn't look too bad, but yeah, she is properly sunk at the moment. And one of the owners was here, and we decided that I'll just leave it where it is for the night, and we will try to deal with it in the morning. The problem with that, though, is we currently have a yellow warning in effect for this area for rain overnight. So yeah, it's not looking great. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens in the morning, and if I manage to get her out, or if I'm going to be spending another night here. But all in all, yeah, it's been a fantastic day. I wish these kinds of days never occur again. But that's the reality of it, folks. You're going to have these issues. As I said at the start, I totally expect to have breakdowns and tires, punctures, that kind of thing. This tire literally blew out. I have no idea what I hit. Oddly, I didn't hear a bang. So the movies are bullshit. She just lost significant power, and she was dragging heavily, and I pulled over as soon as I knew something was up. But yeah, the issue with the insurance company, and that's a new one. Yes, there's an element of it, being my fault, that I didn't spot the error in the policy documents when I received them. But again, as the officer said, the insurance company should have done checks, because the registration number is I believe it's called a cherished plate or something. No idea. And that that the insurance companies would have done checks, or should have done checks, as part of that cherished number plate process. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting call on Monday. But we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that's the reality of it, guys. I suppose the big takeaway here for you: check your policy documents, make sure the registration's the number is correct, have to hand the number of your breakdown services of your insurance company, and yeah, you know, just make sure those documents are all in order and everything's covered as it should be, because it's stressful enough to have the breakdown in the first instance, to not have to deal with all this other nonsense. Right, well, there you have it, my little grumpy git moment. I hope you have a great Sunday. I'm thinking I'll be posting this tomorrow morning or maybe this evening, which is Saturday the 30th, just for your reference. Right, folks, good to chat to you again. See you later. Bye bye.